What is going on, guys? It is Zarnix Ball here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest, weirdest, fascinating football stories you need to know, including USA denying entry to referee and players in FIFA World Cup, Christian Eriksen collapse mid-game, Ronaldo not among FIFA World Cup top scorers, Mbappe's new suspenseful sponsorship deal, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily football videos. Now, let's get straight into our first story. Let's start with the referee. Omar Artan, a Somali national chosen to officiate at the World Cup, landed at Miami International Airport on Saturday and was turned away by US Customs and Border Protection. Think about the absurdity here. We are weeks before the World Cup kicks off, and the country hosting the tournament can't even let one of their appointed referees cross the border. Several players, coaching staff, and fans have also had trouble entering the country. Trump administration policies are reportedly hampering preparations for the global sporting event. The World Cup is supposed to be football's celebration, inclusive, global, uniting, but players, FIFA officials get denied entry by the host country because of vetting concerns. That's not just bizarre. That's football's biggest tournament running into real-world politics before a single ball is kicked. Kylian Mbappe is in the middle of a sponsorship battle that's getting suspenseful. The relationship between Mbappe and Nike has spanned nearly 20 years, beginning when the Frenchman was just 8 years old. Nike's initial contract was established when Mbappe was a child. The likely end of this partnership is a significant setback for Nike, coming just days before the world's premier football event kicks off. According to reports, Mbappe will not renew his association with Nike. The deadline approaches on June 30, right in the middle of the 2026 World Cup. Nike and the French Football Federation have reportedly agreed to a 1-month extension to avoid a marketing disaster during the tournament, but the long-term outlook suggests an imminent divorce. As a global icon at Real Madrid, Mbappe's camp believes his market value now far transcends his decade-old terms, sparking a high-stakes hunt for a new primary sponsor. Adidas, a long-term rival to Nike, has previously attempted to lure Mbappe away, with an offer reportedly €20 million higher than his previous Nike deal. That pursuit was unsuccessful at the time, but Adidas has now returned to the table with renewed vigor. They are not alone. Under Armour and several other major equipment manufacturers are monitoring the situation closely. The battle for Mbappe's signature represents more than just a boot deal. It's a fight for the most marketable face in world football, following his high-profile move to Real Madrid. Reports suggest Mbappe might pivot towards a lifestyle-oriented partnership, similar to Roger Federer's jump to Uniqlo. Federer ended his Nike partnership in 2018 after 24 years, having started with the brand at age 13. One of the three frontrunners for Mbappe is reportedly not a traditional sports manufacturer, indicating a similar shift toward the casual market. Whether he chooses a football giant or a fashion-forward icon, the 2026 World Cup marks a definitive turning point in Mbappe's global branding for the next decade. This is suspenseful. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour are all fighting, and we don't know who wins. Football's sponsorship market is pure chaos. Now let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo officially confirmed that the 2026 World Cup will be the last of his professional career. The 41-year-old has scored a total of 8 World Cup goals. He is the only player to have scored in 5 different World Cups. But 8 goals, that's nowhere near the top of the all-time World Cup scorers list. Miroslav Klose leads with 16 goals across 4 tournaments. Ronaldo Nazario sits second with 15. Gerd Müller has 14. And Lionel Messi also has 13. Ronaldo is not even in the top 10. Think about the irony. Ronaldo is arguably the greatest goalscorer in football history, with 973 career goals. He's on the brink of reaching 1,000 goals. But in the tournament that matters most, the World Cup, he sits at just 8 goals. He's not among the top scorers. His World Cup legacy is not the same as his club legacy. This is his World Cup to change history. The man who has already scored in 5 different tournaments can still add to his 8 goals, writing a legendary new chapter that chases Klose's record, and ultimately first ever title for Portugal. Football thrives on beautiful narratives and legacies, proving that numbers are just waiting to be rewritten by icons who refuse to stop dreaming. Brazil has once again made history by qualifying for the 2026 World Cup in Canada, Mexico, and the United States, extending their breathtaking, unbroken streak to a 23rd consecutive tournament appearance. Since the inception of the World Cup in 1930, no other nation on Earth has achieved this level of flawless consistency. Not Germany, not Argentina, not Spain. Only Brazil stands alone as the eternal heartbeat of football's greatest stage. This incredible milestone further solidifies their undisputed status as the ultimate footballing powerhouse. To participate in every single tournament for nearly a century is nothing short of legendary. With 5 World Cup titles already to their name, the most of any nation, they continue to define the beautiful game. While the modern game is more competitive than ever, Brazil's ability to consistently rise to the top and secure their place among the elite is a testament to their deep-rooted excellence and unmatched footballing heritage. As they head into 2026 with a squad packed with world-class talent like Vini Jr. and Neymar, the world watches in awe. We don't just celebrate their consistency, we celebrate a footballing dynasty that refuses to diminish. Brazil is back on the world stage, and the quest for a historic 6th star is officially on. The football world stood still after Denmark midfielder Christian Eriksen collapsed on the pitch. Approximately 20 minutes into the second half of Denmark's friendly against Ukraine, Eriksen fell to the ground, clutching his chest with both hands. This is the second time the Danish midfielder has collapsed on the field in his career, 5 years after Euro 2020. After that episode, he received an implantable cardioverter defibrillator and made a full recovery. Eriksen required further examination at the hospital to determine the cause, but the fact remains, this is the man who survived cardiac arrest on international television, who came back to play again, and now he's collapsed clutching his chest in another match. The pacemaker is working, he's conscious, but the football world is still holding its breath. This is no longer just a story about a player's health or the vulnerability of an athlete. It is a testament to the fragile nature of life and the immense courage of a man who refuses to let fear dictate his life. The sport that brings us together can occasionally remind us of our shared vulnerability, and today, the entire football community stands united in sending him strength, love, and wishes for a peaceful recovery. Federico Chiesa at Liverpool, let's be honest, it's not working. In the 2025-26 Premier League season, Federico Chiesa has recorded just 2 goals, 1 assist, and just 318 minutes under his belt. That's roughly 3.5 games of minutes, over a full season. Chiesa signed from Juventus, expecting to be a key player. Instead, he's been on rotation. He's barely on the pitch. Ironically, he spent more minutes, travelling with the team to pre-season tour, than on the pitch entire season. One of Italy's best wingers, getting just 318 minutes in a Premier League season. That's a football tragedy. And finally, let's talk about Jamie Vardy. The Leicester legend has now once again been relegated with Cremonese in Serie A. Cremonese endured a difficult campaign, finishing with just 34 points from 8 wins, 10 draws and 20 defeats. Vardy had an option to extend his stay in Lombardy for another season, but their drop to Serie B has prompted him to seek a return home. He's poised to exit Cremonese, following the club's relegation, with his 1-year agreement concluding on June 30. The 39-year-old scored 7 goals and provided 3 assists in 29 appearances, but it was not enough to save the Italian side from relegation. The veteran English striker is exploring his options and seeking a return to England after a single season in Italian football. He's linked to Sheffield Wednesday and Leicester City, seeking a new chapter in League One at 39 years of age. But let's trace Vardy's relegation history. Leicester was relegated to the Championship after 9 seasons in the top flight during the 2023-24 season. In the 2024-25 season, they were promoted but immediately relegated again. So Vardy has been relegated thrice in his last 4 seasons. The man who scored the goals that kept Leicester in the Premier League for years is now on a relegation spree. And there you have it, folks. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more football content.